would you say to a veteran who is looking into franchising now, and they're getting into some of the due diligence, when they first start talking with franchisors? What's the number one question, if you were a veteran franchisee, a prospective one, that you would ask to a franchisor?
I think there's a lot more than one. First thing I'd look at is see how long they've been in the business, how long they've been franchising, because operating a business and operating a franchise are different businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's important to see how much experience I have, not only in the business, but in franchising itself. Vetrepreneur, the segment of Vetrepreneur on the IFA website, which is franchise.org.
Yep.
We have, if you look at, on the tabs up there, you find one about opportunities and so forth. We have a 5-star ranking system that we developed when I was president, in about 6 critical elements that anybody should look at when they're evaluating a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
How long in business, how long franchising, how many units do they have, so forth and so on. So it's important to find a franchisor who has a structured program, a good solid program that's proven,
Mm-hmm.
and has the resources to provide the training, a real solid training program.
Yep.
And what support. So the questions asked of franchisor is one thing. Contact franchisees in the system.
Yes.
Talk to them, and the most important question you could ask them is, if you had to do it over again, knowing what you know now, would you do it again?
Yes. Very telling.
And franchisors are limited on how much they can disclose about what's in the franchise disclosure document. Franchisees are not. So you'll find most franchisees are very willing to share information that the franchisor may not be able to.
Yep. What would you say? We deal with veterans all the time. We say, listen, I don't have any industry experience. I've only been in uniform. I don't know what the business world is like. It's just, culturally, everything, is the comfort level. What would you say to a young veteran now who's recently separated from the military, who wants to get into franchising? What advice would you give them to sort of overcome some of those fears?
Well, it depends on their individual circumstances, but oftentimes a good way to get into franchising is to go to work for a franchisor and learn the system. Is it learning the operations, or we have people who we hire come in, and they're regional directors, and we train them on how to interact with the other franchisees in their area, talking to them about how to read a P&L and so forth. So it's really good experience. And in the restaurant industry, it's really common for people to start out working in a store and becoming a manager, and maybe an area manager, and then becoming a franchisee.
Mm-hmm.
It's very common. One of the largest franchisees is a fellow out of Dallas, and he started out as a dishwasher in a restaurant. And now he has 300 or 400 franchisees.
Wow.
So and we have a lady who was an Iranian refugee, started working for me back in Command Performance days. Then she became a manager of Sport Clips. Then she moved to Tucson, and now she has 10 Sport Clips locations.
Wow.
But she learned the system from the ground up. So
Work hard, pay attention, keep your ears open, right?
Absolutely.